Hey, guess what?
What? And we are live. Sorry for screaming. That was loud as shit.
Right.
This is Josh Ankesheiln, and as always, joined with...
Chris Emmerke.
And we got some hockey guys with us. We got the King Millennial. He's back.
Yes,
Blake
sir.
Han. We got Jacob Hornsby, and he's called Kelso. There's Ryan Kalson, right?
Yep.
Cool. I thought I was going to screw that up.
Heather, you did really
I'm
good.
terrible with names.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
terrible
right.
with names.
That's because your name's so easy to say. And
Oh,
spell
wait,
yourself,
Ankesheiln, right?
Because everybody wants to call you Ankesheiln.
Dude, I hate opening a bar tab.
Right? Do you just go with it now, though? I mean, like the older you get,
No, I just try to make them remember me as much as possible.
that shouldn't be
I
hard.
give them the card, and I'm like,
Remember, $20 is $20.
no, as soon as I give them to them, I'm like, sorry, I have a really long name, and then like I try to like flash my tits or something. I don't know.
Right.
You gotta, gotta let them
name's
remind you.
Bob. It's B-O-B, Bob.
Sorry. I ate some beef jerky right before we went live. I've been stressing.
Everybody's having a little jerky, a couple drinks.
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right. Welcome in, guys. Welcome
How you
in.
doing?
So, it's my understanding you guys play with UAB.
Sure is.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Blake, let's see what you got.
Blake?
Ooh.
Well, actually, let's start with this, guys.
Okay.
At what age did you start playing the game? Okay. And where did you play to start with?
I started when I was like around 3 or 4 years old.
So
at Pelham.
you're one of those kids born with skates on your feet.
Yeah.
Actually, we all were. We all
It's-
started really
All
early.
young.
Yeah.
So where are you from originally?
Helena, Alabama.
Right here in Helena. See, you've heard my story, okay? And where are you from?
I'm from Pelham,
Pelham.
Alabama.
See, a bunch of local guys.
I moved around a lot, but I'm originally from Detroit.
Oh no, there's a real hockey guy. Okay,
There we go.
Right? Okay, that's the real hockey place right there. Okay,
Yeah.
obviously, did you grow up a Red Wings fan?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Not the best right now, but
Right, but in the day
No
they
playoffs.
were.
Oh, yeah,
You know, it was a
for sure.
dynasty for a long time. The Red Wings were like where all the foreign guys were coming in. They were loading up with just crazy lines and just out there killing it. So obviously you played as a kid, you know, and you guys being from down here and all, it's not your basic Southern boy sport.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's what I think is really kind of cool. I played growing up, which was a really cool thing to do when you live in the South here. Guys like you, okay,
Right.
being from Detroit, obviously that's kind of what everybody does. You know, down here everybody plays football. Up there, everybody grows up playing hockey.
Yep.
So, what positions? What position do you play, Kelso?
winger.
He's a winger, left or right?
Either or.
Either or. He's a
Whatever
switch
they
hitter,
needed to do.
Wherever coach is putting them.
right? Coach put me in, right?
I'm a center.
In the center, and
I am now a defenseman. A new defenseman.
see this way. I like this because we got the view of the game from every aspect.
All three
Yeah.
perspectives.
Right.
All
Only thing we're
all
missing
need
here is a goalie,
Yeah,
right?
we need a goalie.
Right. So, and I got to ask this: playing club hockey now, do you feel like? And you guys are all, I would assume, in your early 20s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like hockey is more popular now, or was it more popular when you guys were younger?
I would say it's a lot more popular now, just from the perspective of like, you know, the Nashville Predators being so successful.
And I think that helps to have somebody that's
Yeah.
close locally. You know, it's kind of like with baseball, we don't have a real baseball team here. We got the Barons, but like everybody's an Atlanta fan.
Everyone's a
Okay.
Braves
Oh, yeah.
fan.
Right, and everybody's a Predators fan. If you live in Alabama, that's the closest thing you can grab hold of.
Right.
So, have you guys been to any Predators games?
Oh yeah, I went to a playoff game last year and it was
That's tight,
crazy
isn't it?
experience.
Was it
man.
lit?
What a great
AF?
environment,
It was
especially
lit
playoff.
AF.
Right.
What a great and
Yeah.
crazy environment. Can you imagine playing someday in that environment where the fans are just going nuts? They're pounding on the boards when you're rolling in the corner.
I think my time is come and gone, but it's cool to watch. you know.
Right.
It's
I
cool
love
to
their
dream
too.
about.
right?
I have a
That whole-
confession to make.
Here's
I've never been to a hockey game.
What?
Dude.
Dude, that's the craziest.
Now you know why I'm
environment
over
ever,
here just
especially
like-
professional game.
Y'all naming all these positions. I'm like, totally know what that is.
yeah.
Well, he's the guy in the middle of the ice, just like he is here now.
Take
For
all the
those of you who don't know,
face-offs.
He takes all the face-offs, okay, and then you
Who
got
is?
Score all the goals.
or something, right?
Right.
And then you got your wingers over here who are digging in the corners,
he's
trying
a
to.
Get in their way.
Defenseman.
Oh, he's a defenseman. So we got wingers on this end.
He basically
then,
just stands there and does nothing
waits on
until
the
we
puck to come his way.
yeah, and, until we mess
Skates
up.
around
Then
the
he has to
center
cover
line.
our ass.
I'm there to
Hangs out
jack
at the center
people up.
line.
I'm there to lay the big hits.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I mean,
What are you talking
I mean,
about?
I've
Look,
not seen him lay a
you're
big
skin
hit.
and bone. You're not laying anybody out.
This guy.
One at a time. One at a time.
So
Oh, I wouldn't be in the one. I'm just saying.
Getting a little
Anyway,
excited.
I know, right? I was getting
that's hockey,
heated.
though. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Oh yeah.
That's kind of the difference in hockey and a lot of other sports. Is it's one of those super intense things from the minute you step out on the ice to the minute that the game's
like
over.
camping. It's intense.
A lot like that. Intense.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I saw a movie that had that exact thing in it last night.
What movie?
Last night,
I can't remember what movie it was.
right?
It was a good one though.
Right?
No, I remember that, and I was falling asleep. I was coming in and out. And I just remember that exact line. I was
So have
like,
you ever
damn.
been on a podcast?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
Which one?
It was one for UAB. It was like their new sports show, and they had us on for hockey because they were trying to get all the club sports in and all all the sports at UAB, and so they talked to us on their first
Word.
show.
So give me some history of UAB hockey. How old is it? How is it being successful? Is it growing?
This is our third year
Word.
on campus, and we've been really successful. Last year we had 20 wins out
Out
of
of-
27 games.
That's pretty good.
Incredible.
So we had
I'm
like
not good at math, but that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fans out of all our games. You know, our biggest game, we had a military night where we wore these military jerseys.
Dude, those were tight.
Yeah. Have you seen them?
I saw Blake posted. Someone had some. He paid some kid to wear his.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yes, he did. He paid him a lot.
No, that kid bought my jersey.
$20.
Blake couldn't afford dinner that night. He did get dinner, but he got a cool Instagram.
He had a whole
post. That's all that
section.
mattered.
Right?
Dude, he, right here, man. He's famous, man.
Yeah.
The Tender air guitar picture. Where were y'all on that? I had
LSU.
Orleans.
That was
What?
LSU. I took the video of that.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge at a Cracker Barrel.
So, how does I guess was it club hockey? But how's this work?
It's club hockey.
You're
so
UAB,
yeah, we're
but-
UAB affiliated, but we're not like scholarship because of Title IX. So like they'd have to add a women's sport if
Right.
they wanted to add us.
Word.
So technically, we're just a
Equality
club.
shit, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Don't you feel like though, the longer this becomes successful, the closer we are to making that jump?
Exactly.
For
That's
sure.
what UAH did. So that's what we're kind of
That's what
trying
I'm
to
saying.
model.
So hopefully that's something
You
that's
gotta
actually
start
going to happen.
somewhere. We've had a really good start.
Yeah, absolutely. So in third season, how many seasons have you guys played each?
This is all. This is yours first.
I've
First?
just finished my first season.
First season.
How
This
was
is our
it?
third.
So
Man,
y'all
it
been
was
playing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you, and obviously being out of state, were you in state or out of state at the
I
time?
actually I went to high school in Huntsville.
Okay,
So I
so
wasn't
you're
too far.
relatively close then.
Yeah.
So when obviously you guys are all students at UAB, when it came out, how did the word come out? I mean, it's like how do you hear about something like that and go, okay, I want to try out for this team? I mean,
Yeah, well, with UAB hockey, it was actually I actually texted one of my buddies I went to high school with. Hey, we used to have some interest. Let's start a hockey team. So me and him actually, we met with the person from the school and actually, got the ball rolling. So and I was in a lot of organizations. He took a huge part in like that first year, and from there we just kind of built what we had. We started like getting players from they're going to the campus, and kind of
Right.
and trying to form it off of that.
well, that's kind of cool though because you're going in as this is not something that's here
Right.
already, and you go in you'll be remembered as one of the people who actually was
Right.
Yeah.
the founding fathers of UAB hockey, right?
sure.
When you start talking down the road, but that's
Right.
really pretty cool. But,
That's the goal.
right? So, are you drawing some decent crowds when you have home games?
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
Well, see,
Oh,
for
yeah.
our first ever game when we played Mississippi State, the game that he was talking about, our first ever, that was like 2015.
Good year.
did y'all
Maybe
play
16.
here and start
Good year.
patch?
What's that?
Did y'all play here and start patch?
We played over here.
Stark
over in
Vegas.
Pelham. And we played them, and we had a crowd of, I'm talking 1,600 people for our
Really?
first ever game.
That's tight.
That's like twice
That's
as
a
much
great
in the football
environment.
team.
Man,
It was literally like people over the boards, like reaching.
Isn't that fun though?
Right.
I mean, that's what I mean. That's why you want to come back and keep playing. It's,
Oh, yeah. And-
don't get me wrong. There's obviously, we talked about it earlier. Hockey's one of those things that once hockey's in
Yeah.
you, hockey's in you. You down the road, just so you know what it's like. Okay, you'll sit around watching hockey games, and everybody will walk through the room, look at the TV, and keep walking because they don't understand it.
Yeah. That's true.
It's a game you
Right.
don't understand. Okay,
That's
here's
me.
a prime example.
I understand that when you play NHL video game and you play the computer, you get wrecked.
Right.
Dude, what the hell, man?
Maybe that's just you, bro.
Right.
I usually beat the computer.
Bro,
It's actually harder to play another opponent that knows something about the game, right?
Jesus Christ. I got to be like 13-0.
I think you have to
I
shoot,
suggest
right?
trading goalies.
That was the second
Hey,
time I ever
when
played.
I was playing in juniors, we'd play NHL like that, and if you got beat by more than 6 goals, you had to buy the other person dinner.
Oh, I like
So
that.
you would have been.
I would never be around. Like, oh, I'm just not feeling well tonight, man. I shit and puked. It was on the way there. It was crazy,
Freaking nuts, man.
dude. But like I said, I haven't been to a game, so
You need to come to one this year.
Yeah.
I know I do.
Totally.
I know it's. I don't know if the atmosphere there is the same as, let's say, the Blackhawks or the.
I mean, it's pretty close.
oh
It's-
damn,
it's-
y'all
it's-
lit, son.
No, it is though, because people don't understand that. Like even in a small environment, like like y'all's kind of games, okay, you're talking about 1,500 people, okay.
Yeah,
the,
there's a lot
the
of people for that
mentality is
small
the
place.
same as it is at any other big place. You know, whether you're playing in Detroit or the big, it's just shrunk down a little bit.
Yeah,
The
you just gotta take
intensity's
it to
still
scale.
there,
Well,
right?
yeah.
Hockey
I was-
fans get rowdy.
Right?
Well, I was
Yeah.
gonna get into
no
like
matter what.
girls. Those 2 girls holding up that sign saying like "We sucked your dick," whatever to that guy.
That's
Like it's
those-
insane.
We don't get, we don't get those.
Why? Okay, why
stamp
is
kiss.
No comment.
no comment? Did you pay girls to do that too?
Probably did.
Hey, he's a marketer. He's marketing
He
himself.
may be
He
the
is,
other
he
half
is.
of the story.
I think you need to be a marketing major, Blake.
Maybe.
You're working on it, man.
You know, it's all about that econ.
Right?
Hey, it's
I'm about to
Talking
change
about
it.
when, like
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
get people who
So that was my
like
major.
hold up the signs and all that, and it's that crazy.
Oh, I know what I was
from,
gonna say.
Yeah, from Detroit.
How come in hockey fighting is like a thing? Like
That's what fans come
that's what
for.
sells
That's-
tickets.
without-
right?
That's what sells the tickets, man.
Absolutely.
If there's not a fight, they're disappointed.
And there's rules to fighting too. It's not like they can
People
just,
don't.
like,
That's the
start
biggest thing.
scratching or
People see it on
anything.
TV.
Okay,
they
what are
think
the
of
rules? Break down the rules for
Yeah.
us.
All right, there's some rules. And
First
then
things
there's
first.
Those unspoken rules.
You have to
It's
drop
like
the
it's
ball.
like understood. Like
Yeah.
for example,
And there's
like
actually
if,
like
if
additional fines and stuff.
yeah, like for example, if you knock somebody on the ground and they're on
done.
the ground, you stop. Like you're not
Well, I
gonna.
noticed
Once they're
that.
down, they're down.
Yeah,
They're
like
gonna
whenever
pounce
they
on
go
them.
down, they don't punch
Right.
anymore.
Is that
Because it's like an
squares up,
understood
right.
rule.
Because at that point, they're actually like vulnerable.
You
and
won
could
the
actually
fight.
hurt them, but once they're on the ice,
And
But
you'll
that's
see
all
it-
it's about, right? It's like a pride thing. You get them on the ground, you won the fight.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's really funny. You'll see after the fight, a lot of the players will like give each other hugs. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
It's
they
like, oh,
actually-
whatever, man, I
everybody,
don't
you know,
care.
they're
It's just-
going-
it's
when
just
the
part of the
game's over,
game.
Everybody's going to dinner.
Oh,
you know?
exactly.
Right.
No, man, we
That's what people don't. A lot of people don't realize is like the hockey players. You talk about rugby players, all these other people. Hockey people are tough.
Shit, yeah.
They don't give a shit. I mean, I was watching
Anybody
that.
wearing dresses playing hockey.
yeah.
That is not happening.
I was watching that
No.
All Star game. That one dude, he's huge. I forgot who he plays for. He's like no front teeth. I don't-
Zdeno
what
Chara,
team?
That's half the
Maybe.
NHL.
Ovechkin.
Ovechkin probably.
No,
yes.
he's
plays
not a
for-
guy I've ever heard. He's a big old dude. He plays for like I want to say like a black and blue team, maybe.
I'm thinking.
Boston.
Oh,
Has a
Charlie
weird name.
Bufflin.
Black and
Maybe I don't know. This is based off zero research and all memory and passing. Because, Morgan, Woody, and all them, they're super hockey because of Ryan Hartman is Woody's cousin. He's he's a cool dude.
He's super laid back. You know what I'm saying?
Super
So-
chill and very humble for someone that
Oh, yeah.
went first round as a 18, 19-year-old. You don't expect that. To the Blackhawks, and then they win
No
the
big deal.
championship his rookie year. So it's like, man, my ego would be like, this big.
Yeah, I wouldn't fit through the door.
I'd be a straight savage, son. Walking
not
through
fit.
Chicago, be like, yeah, here's my
Barely
ring.
fit
I
through
barely
the-
fit through the door. Play for UAB.
Did you start?
Yeah, I did.
Are you a savage at hockey or something?
I'm not bad.
I'm not gonna. Why you're
That's
being
what I'm talking
humble.
about. I'm not bad.
Well, I got that vibe
He hit
because
his,
Yeah, he's being
this,
humble.
within
yeah,
the,
I got
Are you
that
score?
vibe.
Yeah.
he had his 100th point.
You a
this year,
breakaway
if
man?
That helps.
I mean, one on
Well,
one, you're going to
We've
score
only been around
most of
for
the
3
time?
years.
Man,
He's
most of
scored
my
100.
goals are like traffic. Like I get in traffic.
So-
I'm not very good at like.
So you're good
breakaways.
at like finding that hole when somebody's crossing in front.
Like, I feel like when I have a lot of pressure like behind me or something, like it makes me shoot better. Like if I have a breakaway, I'm trash.
Really?
I can't-
Isn't
I
that weird
can't.
though?
So you
It
think
is.
about
You
it.
feel
I'm the
that
same
way?
I
way.
think about it
One-on-one?
too much. When I'm
Maybe
like,
that's what it is.
yeah,
He's
no.
sniffing
When
out.
I'm in the play, like I don't really think about what mood. I'm just like it's
like
all
that with every
instinctive.
sport.
It's instinctive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that with every sport. That's why when you get you're pitching and you get a shot right back to you,
And
that's the
and
most
it's weird to
difficult.
come back. It's crazy. Most people catch them though.
No, I'm saying
I
right?
saw a
Throwing
dude
it to
take
first.
to the gut.
right?
No, throwing it to first after you get a
Oh,
ground ball
yeah,
to you
yeah.
as a pitcher,
Yeah.
and you have all day. I always
It's
say
the
like,
hardest thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like it's like the easiest play,
Yeah.
and like I've seen some people throw it over their heads and all the time. You
That's
know?
me.
And so obviously, and a lot of guys realize that there's some pretty big dudes playing hockey. Yeah. Okay. So being a winger, don't you?
We're all
Get in the
small.
corners.
Okay, yeah,
Right, but I mean, does
Yeah,
it
we
freak
have
you
a
out? You're
small-
digging in the corner and you can hear him coming behind that.
Oh yeah.
You know you're fixing to get
Oh,
pounded.
you just get ready to get hit.
Right.
I remember we played.
give him those
we played
that
Auburn.
headset?
We played Auburn one time, and some guy hit me from behind, and I remember getting up and seeing 3 of the refs, and I was like, "Jeez,
Right,
that's
he
the
just
kind of
comes
hits
through.
you get."
Okay, put it into perspective. Okay, so Allen Iverson looked like he was a midget, but he really is like 6'1".
Yeah.
So are hockey players, how big are they for real in like reference of, because basketball players, you're small at 6'2".
I would say around
See what I'm saying?
6'2", 6'3".
Well,
Average.
I mean,
250, 230? How big? Like, are they?
In the NHL, yeah.
in the
In
NHL,
the
I don't know.
NHL, yeah, or probably any professional.
probably 6'1", 6'2" would be
Yeah.
my guess, like 225, something like that. Like, you
Have
know,
y'all watched Miracle again since it's been on Netflix?
I mean, I've
Oh, yeah.
watched it. We've
That
watched it
and-
about 400 times before it went on Netflix.
Oh, I had to
so-
watch it like
the
almost.
cool part
I watch
is
it before every
I
weekend.
actually- I
You gotta
actually
watch
Weekend of
watched it
games.
originally.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
back
there was
in
nothing like that
BC.
call. And being a hockey player back then, that was one of those crazy things.
Proudest
Oh
moments.
my gosh, it's still to this day sends chills. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like even today, like the Olympics today aren't near as important. Like with the college students or anything, like the odds weren't stacked. against
Right.
Well,
those.
now they have that young team league that was
Yeah,
in there. And
but
they
they-
actually
Well, yeah.
put the youngins in
But
there.
the Russians
it's
went
not the
It's
same.
kind of like
47
I like
straight
it.
games.
It's not
Yeah.
the same, but it's trying for it.
Yeah.
It's just the
young
dynasty
kids.
that they beat.
Oh my gosh, the Russians at that
Oh,
time.
and like
that was half
16
the
years in a
NHL.
row. Yeah,
right.
and to come in and beat them.
They
Right.
won. They won every Olympics since 1960 until
Yeah.
that point. There were
Yeah, but see,
47.
like,
Yeah.
but back then our pros didn't play.
Yeah, I know.
It's all
Yeah,
a bunch of
NHL
college
No, they
unknown
played-
guys.
it was all
no,
college
they
students.
played the years prior and got beat by 7.
Oh yeah.
That's,
I'm
no,
just-
they played
All-Star
they played the All Star
I mean,
team.
it was
Right.
kind of
But
it
that
was
wasn't-
kind of like this year. 'Cause
Right, it was
the
just
NHL
like an
didn't
exhibition.
let
Yeah.
their players play this year.
Right.
Still got wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
and I guess that's a
ridiculous.
liability because of the
Yeah,
amount of
because
money.
because
that
one's
people
like
are being paid now.
and you're sending your like star athletes to go over there to like actually play, and it's like okay,
Right.
people pay to see that guy play here for the NHL,
And
Right.
right.
They
they
can't
risk all that.
but then they would always do the blackout where they just
There's a
kinda
lot of ego
didn't
there,
play.
too.
And that's
Yeah.
games that you're not playing. So
They just don't want their players
Like
to get
that-
hurt too.
That's
Right.
I think it's a
Yeah.
money thing.
Well,
You know, if they're hurt
Oh,
and
yeah.
sitting on the bench,
Every
and
one
the
of those
crowd's
teams
not
is run
coming.
like a business. You got to
Right.
make money
Dude,
first.
getting off sports here, but staying. Speaking of Russia, what have they done technically other than just kind of? It's
Nothing
just
really.
they just whipped out their dick and it was as close to
Get
ours.
in,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
7 inches.
No,
8
seriously, have
inches,
they
7
ever
inches, 8
like
inches?
legitly threatened us other than us
No.
wanting to shrink them because they were close to our power?
Well, at one point they said something about if we did any action in Syria or whatever, they would answer that. But apparently nothing.
No, I'm saying in the history of man,
Oh, in
we've
history?
hated Russia forever, ever since they started kind of spreading their wings. Really, it's just been flexing.
You know, flexing and making good vodka.
That too. Well, like I said, war equals money. We got to have public enemy number one. We're working on it. So it's
gotta find
always
it
Russia,
somewhere.
Russia. What the? We don't know what the hell they do. All we hear is what the news say. That, North Korea is crazy. Are they really crazy? All I know is what you're telling me,
Well,
lady.
one dude is we know.
We don't know.
Did you
Oh,
see
yeah,
them
we
blow up their nuclear test site?
Yeah, but I'm saying, you see what I'm saying though? It could be completely true, and I'm just kind of saying, but I like to look at it in a different light, saying, what have we witnessed North Korea do or Russia do? All we've witnessed is what the media says, this guy's crazy. Putin's insane. Putin does this. They flew fighter jets in our airspace. I have yet to see it. Do we have any evidence?
I don't know if we have.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's called propaganda. And like I said, 4 episodes. In 2012, they made that legal again. Mainstream propaganda is legal now. And the Obama administration made it legal in 2012.
So I gotta ask a question. So what are your majors?
economics.
Economics,
Marketing.
marketing.
Finance, but I am considering changing it over to
Marketing.
Well,
Econ.
here's the crazy
No,
thing
yeah.
to me.
I don't
Personal
know.
marketing.
I've been looking into
Personal.
it. This will be probably the 3rd or 4th major change.
That's okay as long as
But you know what? I looked into it and
something you want to do.
yeah.
But
yeah.
I guess my question is this: with that in mind, when you hear about the media and the way they twist to their own agenda and all that now, what and I guess it's got to be so different now because you hear about all this like being in college now. Okay, you see it on TV and you hear about it. Are the professors and all pushing their political agenda at you?
I think they are.
I mean,
Especially UAB.
Well, that's what I was.
I think it's probably a lot of colleges
Yeah,
now.
oh, yeah.
Like,
I
pretty
don't
much
think it's
all,
the
yeah.
majority of them in the country.
Yeah, like even the ones that you wouldn't think if you go to
Do you
them
feel
nowadays,
that? You know what I'm
you still
saying?
kind of feel it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some. You can tell the bias with a lot of the professors
And they have no problem
and
pushing it.
campus wide.
Well, see, that's what the thing I think is that.
Yeah.
And don't you find that kind of weird? Because ultimately, you have to be saying, okay, I'm going for an education, not for you to tell me how to think. And I guess that's the weird part about being in the college world today. Of course, and I would, with propaganda and all, isn't there just a little piece of you guys at your age, even as the tough hockey players and all that, don't you? But you sit back really and you go, gosh, what's it going to be like?
Oh yeah.
10, 15 years from now.
It's going to be worse, probably.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You turn on the news today, and your generation is a whole different
Bunch
world.
of pansies.
That's
all it is.
That's
all it
The
is.
sad part is I feel
Just
like
breeding
y'all are
them.
becoming the lesser of the high end of the group, now because you would like to believe that there's a lot of people out there who don't want to live that pansy kind of laid back life, okay? And it seems like they're starting in y'all's age group. They're starting to outnumber everybody. So I think that's probably half the reason that it's pushed like that in colleges and universities across the country.
I think it's pushed even in high school too. Now.
See, I was wondering, do
Yeah.
you feel like it's even? I mean, of course, obviously, we all heard about the Parkland shooting and the Texas shooting and all that. Even as short ago as you guys were in high school, did you ever feel like you'd wake up one day with your brain telling you that somebody's going to walk into the school and shoot it up?
Oh no.
I mean,
Absolutely.
even that short a period of time ago, what a culture changing. It's
Yeah,
happened.
I mean, even like UAH, I went to Grissom when UAH had that one shooting, and it was probably every month or probably even more than that. We had lockdowns.
See, it becomes
I
It's like,
remember-
it becomes kind of a thing for all the schools,
right.
I remember.
I remember 9/11. I remember being in second grade. 9/11 happened.
And everybody put it on the TVs in the classroom live.
I had no idea
No, I
until
got sent
home.
home.
Really?
Yeah, and I got home. My mom was upset. And I was
Oh, they
like,
sent y'all home?
Yeah, we got home early.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's happening? Like, it was weird.
Like, what's going on? I'm in the
how's a
first
second
grade.
grader supposed to deal with?
I don't,
And now
I don't remember 9/11.
"What do y'all think
you
happened
not?
on 9/11?
I don't remember.
Do y'all think?
Do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you think it's like what we all saw in the news, what really happened?
No, I don't think it's a conspiracy. Or
Have y'all looked
I do
into it?
too.
Have you looked into it?
maybe
I
maybe
have.
to an extent, but I think the planes really crashed into the
Oh,
building.
I don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
any doubt
I'm not
about
jumping-
that.
That definitely.
Well, that is a theory.
Well, I know some people say that, but they
hologram.
don't believe it happened.
Yeah,
mean-
that's what I'm saying. All right, there is a. I feel
That's
like
a
there
little
is
hard
Right?
to fake.
I feel like
The buildings are definitely gone.
yeah.
There's no giant mirrors.
I'm talking
there.
about people saying that bombs blew it up, like the explosions below the crash.
I was skeptical too until I heard that one thing, because we know one of the buildings that most people don't even know went down. We know that went down. They pulled the plug on it. There was multiple people saying they pulled the plug. So if one building was wired to blow, they all were.
Then it does make you kind of wonder.
Well, no, if one was ready to blow, then that means they all were, right?
More, I mean, it
I
makes
just don't-
sense.
I
Why would
just
you
don't-
just wire one building?
Right. Well, you see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
how did they have it, right? And another thing is people say, okay, if free fall speed, it fell primarily due to fires. That's just NIST. They did their independent research and didn't make it public for a really long time. Primarily due to fires due to the jet fuel, correct? And they said, okay, how did it fall at a free fall speed? Oh, its weight collapsed upon itself, right? Not one floor had enough structural integrity to make it alter its path any.
Right. It was perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It
And
did
the
go
only
straight
thing that
down.
really got damaged is what was in the guy that owned the place changed and upped his insurance to like $4 billion like 4 or 5 months prior.
So it's funny though. Like y'all said that like when 9/11 happened, you're going home from school and you're going, what happened? This and that. Do you find now that you're older, the older you get, the more you start to really question all these major events? Though
Absolutely.
You start going,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
your eyes are open.
Right.
You know. and
I
just-
feel bad. We were talking about the last episode. Chris is like turning into a conspiracy theorist. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
He's like, I've ruined you.
I ruined
No,
it,
but I
man.
mean,
I freak people out a lot.
But the older you get,
Yes,
I
I
feel
get
like the
scared
more you
talking
want
to
to
you.
question what's out there in front of your face.
Yeah.
We don't take it at just as just like they spit it out there anymore.
I just
It's like you're more individual thinking.
Yeah,
You're
well, you're
Right.
starting to think for
Yeah,
yourself
yeah, you're
instead of
like,
just
well,
letting
I
them
don't
push
know about
everything
that.
on
I'm
you.
gonna see what I think about it.
Right.
I could
Make up
s-
your own mind.
I can
Exactly.
see how it's a slippery slope.
Sure. A lot of things.
Because then you see one thing and you're like, man, how is this not like commonly known? How's this not like the actual like what's being taught? So then you're like, okay, if that's that, then this is this, and you just fall down this rabbit hole, and then you're thinking there's an elite race of reptilian aliens running the world.
And so to be college guys though. So what do have y'all heard of flat earthers?
Yeah.
Still
People
really
Right.
flat.
believe that.
So
flat.
I mean, come on, guys. I mean, don't you look at somebody like that and go, dude, really?
Hey,
I've heard of them. I don't care enough to look into it because I mean, like,
It's
They
almost
gotta
like,
be kidding.
I mean, it's,
They gotta
that,
be.
No.
that much.
I,
from my
that's
brain.
like I heard that and I was
Honestly-
like, you've got to be kidding me.
honestly, I think the world's round, right?
Sure. You think?
Everything else is right. But I did watch something that would kind of freak me the f out. They
Are you gonna be
even
a flat earther now?
no like I look it's round because they told us to or whatever. But they had scientists that did like 10 experiments and then gave you the locations and the devices they use so you could do it yourself.
Go duplicate it.
Bruh. It was like one, they went on this really long lake bed, right? And then they shined a laser and then had someone on the other side because if it was bent, you wouldn't be able to see the laser, right? They saw it. And then they did one, okay, in theory, they went to a tall, like skyscraper type deal on one side and on another, right? So if it's round, it's going to kind of be like this. So they measure the distance from the bottom to the bottom and then the top to the top. So if the top and the bottom are the same, then you see what I'm saying? Even if it's minute.
Yeah, but have you ever been to the beach and watched the ship go off in the distance?
That's
Like, it
apparently
disappeared.
perspective.
What
They did
what
that
it go
test
oest
too.
the side of the flat Earth?
how did they test that?
Test
you know
what?
they come
What
back,
you're
right?
talking about.
Which part?
Like, what did they do? Like
With what?
with the towers?
They just measured their distance.
That's
They had devices or whatever, and it
what I'm
measures
saying. I mean,
precise
you're-
distance.
talking
I
about.
didn't do the research. I'm just saying. I saw a documentary of these scientists that were doing this, and they weren't flat earthers. They were just doing.
Just actual scientists trying to prove it one way or the other.
Yeah, they were just doing the research. I think half of them, maybe there's like 10 or 15 of them. And then to the boat thing, they had, which I don't understand. Why don't they just do a laser at the ass end of a boat
Makes sense.
instead of doing the perspective type
See,
deal?
today you could probably get a grant for that.
Probably.
Right? No, but
Do your own
apparently,
college thing.
okay, when you with your naked eye, you see a boat going over the thing, and you see it, going from bottom to top, it's disappearing. But if you get a telescope or binoculars and you zoom in on it, it's still there, the whole boat. So I don't know
At
how.
some point, it's got to disappear.
So a lot they say it's the refraction or something. So you see,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've heard of that.
I don't science good either.
I don't either.
I'm a dumb dude.
So, speaking of conspiracy theories and stuff like that, with you guys being as young as you are there any specific conspiracies other than 9/11? Okay,
Yes.
That your generation believes. Like example, like there's people in my generation who question whether somebody went to the moon or not.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've heard that, but my biggest one right now is Sandy Hook.
Okay,
Sandy Hook.
I didn't.
that
I
would have
haven't
to be
gotten
the
on
most
that.
recent one, though. Yeah, that it was a total conspiracy. That the shooting never occurred.
I think
yeah.
the most not to brush over that, but the Las Vegas shooting's probably one of the most.
Yeah,
sketchy
that's the
ones.
most
Well, there's
recent.
some questionable stuff there too.
The Sandy Hook, all the conspiracy theories on YouTube
Yeah.
taken down,
Go on.
Oh yeah,
Gone.
definitely.
gone.
Well, no, YouTube's getting or Google in general is getting real. You know the new CEO of YouTube on conspiracy videos. They put a wiki link to the actual truth.
Yeah, because
The Wikipedia link.
right? Because that's the actual truth.
So people aren't misinformed.
right. Thanks for. And again, here they are telling me what to think. See, that makes it the gospel because
Oh,
it's
that's
on
true.
Wiki.
Yeah, you can't. I've read it on the internet.
So obviously,
you can't put anything that's not true on the internet.
because I'm French.
Yes.
So obviously, Sandy Hook is a big one. Las Vegas was another one that there's a lot of questions whether that. And how many years ago was that now?
Las Vegas,
Yeah.
2010. No, not 2010.
What?
That was I had the podcast.
Sandy
year.
Hook
So
was
last year.
2010. So it was
October last year, yeah.
So that's still pretty fresh too, and it's interesting. What interests me about it all is that you see so much about it and this and that. And none of the questions were really ever answered. It just goes away.
Like I said, the JFK files, that's what you realize there's an ongoing pattern. The vagueness is too straight on. Like it's the exact amount of vagueness. And all the big things. Look at the moon landing. Very vague. They only tell us what we need to know and let us kind of fill in the gaps ourselves.
Right.
The JFK assassination, the exact same.
True. They only give
Think
you the
about it.
information.
That's what I got from them files.
They really want to keep you guessing
Exactly.
instead of giving you anything concrete.
Well, it's misinformation mixed with just plain no information mixed with hints that, oh, yeah, this is what happened.
Okay, let's check your generation out on this topic. David Hogg,
He's the Parkland guy.
the kid from Parkland.
Oh, yeah.
He's a straight shooter. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and him hang out all the time.
Yeah, that's it for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely something up
This
with
is
that.
a
You know he's
recent-
writing a book.
This is the recent. Wait, who?
You know who David Hogg is? Okay, you know after the Parkland shooting, the left or the CNN or them, they had a full, I'll give them props. It was a good idea. They picked victims that obviously were almost, it seemed like too good to be true. Once, David Hogg, mom works for CNN, his dad's an FBI agent. Okay? So they're the face of the Second Amendment movement shit. They're all over the news because we can't bash on kids.
Right.
Not only are they just kids, they're victims.
Did you hear?
They're almost untouchable. So they were viral.
Did you hear about the kid that said that he got handed a script by CNN?
Yeah.
See?
The one of them, and they got kicked him off of that the city council meeting.
And it's things like that
'Cause
where you start to question whether things are really true or not.
They're not, man.
It's
Fake
more. It
news.
would be better if nobody did anything like that. Just let the events occur like they are, and I think people would have a better tendency to kind of take it in and believe what's going on. But then somebody goes like that, and you go, okay, let's just say it was real. But why would you go in and do something like that just to throw up a smoke screen?
Because it'd be
create their own narrative.
It'd be
Right.
Exactly. It'd be counterproductive because you're having this entire meeting or
They're
show
gonna
to push one thing. If you have one person to muddy the water,
They're going to try to get it so they can do as many stories as possible.
they love a dumb America.
So let's go, getting back to, I'm curious about something. Hockey's a very different sport when it comes to the beginning of a game. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you still hear "Oh Canada" and
No.
so they don't do that anymore?
Typically, they
In
do
the
that-
NHL,
they do
they
that
do.
If,
Right.
if they do, if
If
there's
Wait,
a
If
Canadian
they're
team
playing a
involved.
Canadian team.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But other
we
than
show
that,
respect.
but do they play the national anthem before you guys play?
Do they
Oh, yeah.
kneel?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they
that's,
do
not
I see. This is something I believe that you're never going to find in the sport of hockey.
No.
Ain't nobody kneeling.
There's not been.
There was, I
Even
know
in
there
the
was,
NHL.
there was one guy from Tampa, I believe. He did something with his arm.
His
He
career's over,
still
right?
stood. I don't know. I
mean,
can't remember exactly. Who
To
it
me, I
was.
cannot
think he was
imagine.
But he
Yeah,
I
time
can't
player.
remember. I think he put his arm up or something, and he actually came out with he posted why he did it and all that. But it was the same thing as the kneeling.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You want to know something?
But he was standing, but it's like you got your hand on the heart, and
You want to know what's disrespectful to the national anthem? It's not kneeling, and it wasn't even done on purpose. It was Fergie's performance.
No.
That was
horrid, was it not?
I turned it off.
Right?
I
You went,
legitimately-
"Oh my
I didn't
God."
see it. I saw. Okay,
That was rough.
they had a parody,
All-Star game?
I guess a dubbed version of it. And I thought that was it.
No, it's
was-
the real thing. It's so bad. You're
Exactly.
going,
I thought
this was a fake.
I was like, oh, someone voiced over this. And I'm like, holy shit, that's really it. No wonder they're all laughing. You see him I saw Ozzy Man do a review of it, and you see him. He's like, oh, he's trying to keep his shit together, and he's
and
just
people
like,
have their face palm. You go,
and then what's his name? What's the douchebag for the Warriors? The one always Draymond.
Draymond Green.
He just couldn't hold it anymore.
That's
So do you
typical Draymond.
guys figure? Do you consider yourselves real sports fans? I mean, what would be your second favorite sports?
My second favorite sport's football. and then
Did you play in
basketball.
high school?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you play? And what's your second favorite sport?
I like golf.
Ooh.
See, now,
I played golf earlier
let me
today.
tell you
so-
something.
I love
Golf's
golf's
one of the things-
recreational.
It's not just recreational, but the thing I like about golf is it's one of those sports that you can play as long as you can stand up. You can play that game into your 80s.
No matter how bad you suck.
Right? And go out there.
Just hit it straight.
That's right. Absolutely.
yeah,
Easier
you
said.
gotta do.
That's easier
just
said
line
than
it
done.
up and swing.
Right.
You'll get to the hole.
Right. And being a transplant from up north, what's your
Yeah.
second favorite sport?
I would say I like football, football and golf. Definitely, we try to play as much golf as we can. So
Yeah, we have fun.
Oh yeah, we like to play golf.
I have that hockey stick putter.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah,
It's been letting him down. It's been letting him
It's
down
been
a
letting
lot
me down
lately.
lately.
Right. So, since y'all started playing as early as you did you when y'all were playing youth? Did you travel at all?
Oh yeah.
Did they-
Youth career. I went to Canada, Detroit, New York, Buffalo. I went to. I've actually played in Atlanta, Huntsville, Decatur. So like I've kind of outsourced a little bit because
See,
there
it's
wasn't
the
that
same
much hockey.
places
in
we
Pelham.
played though. Is you had Decatur at Point Mallard.
Yeah.
You had in Huntsville. If you were lucky, you were there for a Silver Stick tournament. It was a big tournament. You got to
Von
play
Braun.
the Von Braun, right?
Yeah.
So
remember we used to high
got to
school
do
games
that.
up
We
there.
played in Atlanta. We played several places in Atlanta.
I played over in Alpharetta.
Alpharetta. We played in a little place called Noonan. It was the first
I used to live in New
solar powered hockey rink.
Yeah.
ever.
Jusso's lived
Did you
everywhere.
really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I lived there.
Kalson's
During,
been
I
around.
lived there during the. I don't remember
Tampa,
it, of
Florida.
course, but
Oh,
during
I
the
lived there
Olympics
for a
when they
year.
were at.
Nice.
So my parents always tell me, the torch was like ran right by our house.
Nice. Very nice.
On my yacht.
So, and I guess that's the thing, with hockey, it's such a different sport. I mean, everybody plays football, everybody plays basketball, everybody plays baseball. It's the American, I guess, well, the Southern American thing to do. Okay, any of y'all's parents, like, obviously they support what you're doing. Okay, do you not feel that way?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, right?
That's always.
They're like, "Is there a future in this for you?"
Yeah, no, I remember the first time my mom said, "Jacob, you're not going to the NHL, so start having a plan B." And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Right.
Plan B, what?
Yeah, what?
What do you mean?
I can afford that.
Right? There's no
$57.
And now she always gives me crap. She's like, "Oh, hey, remember when I crushed your dreams?" I'm
Right.
just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, mom."
But that's every kid, though.
Yeah,
growing up. I don't
yeah,
care
yeah.
what sport you're playing.
Yeah.
That's so
When they
great,
break
though.
the news to you,
Right, it's like, oh,
time to start
no.
planning for something else.
What do you mean? I've got to go to school?
Yeah. Mom, I'm gonna play D1. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go to class.
You don't have to pay for college, Mom. You
Pay for that.
don't have to pay for college. I'm an
I'm
all-star.
not paying for it. I'm not gonna go to class.
Right.
Sorry, my
Well,
camera messed up. I've been over here like messing with stuff.
Welcome to the hockey mentality. It's definitely a passion, though.
Oh,
And a lot of the
is.
kids that play, like when they go to college, they don't start till like 22, 23.
right.
Like they'll come in as
They're
a freshman in
grown men,
college.
you're
They're
like, hey,
23
dude.
years old.
Yeah, and wait till their balls drop a little bit.
right.
Okay, hockey's not that hard to kind of understand to me. I watched an hour and a half of this sport, and I was more confused than when I started. Cricket. I don't know what the hell.
Still
going
have
on.
no
I'm
idea.
not sure if that's baseball or it's like baseball or bowling.
I don't even
or-
know. I have no idea.
I get frustrated watching. I'm like,
It was right.
I'm like, wait, the same thing just happened, but it's not the same result.
I watched.
What?
I shit you not. This is right when I got Watch ESPN. I thought it was the coolest thing. And I saw it and I was like, oh, cool, watch it. Watch it for about 45 minutes. Had to go to class. One team was hitting or whatever the hell it's called. I came back and the same team was hitting. It was like 197-0. I'm like, what
Right,
the
you're
hell's
like, wait
going
a
on?
minute. That is a whooping.
No, like they haven't even got the hit yet. What I got from it, there's like two sticks apart or something, and
there's
like
a
you
little
hit
thing in
it and
between
you have
them.
to like run back and forth until they get the ball in, and
It's
then
like hot box when you were a kid.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I
So,
played both.
so being hockey players is obviously Winter Olympics you love, right?
Of course,
Okay,
of course.
So,
Most exciting time of the year.
like, is it? I mean, right?
Yeah.
People don't get that aren't either skiers or play hockey or something like that. So, what do you make of the curling fad that's come along?
Okay, so I saw a
I wanna
video.
play.
Huntsville has it now.
So you know the captain of their team. I don't remember his name now, but he has like the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that guy. He was playing a golf tournament, and he actually used his gold medal as his ball marker, and
Now
picked
I'm
up
ready
the
to
ball.
play it.
And everybody was just like, "Holy
Right.
cow, that's the best ball mark I've ever seen in my life."
Would you think that'd be kind of cool though? Like if you had how they have bowling alleys. If you had like an alley for that,
curling alley.
a curling alley,
That'd be
right?
fun.
That'd be. Well,
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go do something like that though? That'd be
would.
fun. Like get you a pitcher
yeah.
and go curl.
Yeah, I know Huntsville got the equipment now.
Do they really?
Really recently, yeah. Like, I know they posted on their Facebook, but it's just like they have a whole. Because I remember like they used to have it painted on the ice, but it's like no one ever had the stuff.
Right.
You want to take a trip
Yeah,
out
we're
there
just
and go
bringing some
curling?
rocks
Go
from
curling?
out by the
go
interstate. Gonna bring a couple of heavy rocks from the interstate
Yeah.
and slide them along the ice.
I got a few boulders in the backyard.
A couple of them.
Oh yeah.
We'll probably find one.
So, been playing since y'all were little kids. What's the worst injury you ever had?
I don't know.
Were you ever taken out of a game because you couldn't play anymore?
I
Stick
lost
to the
a
face.
leg.
I had a concussion. That's probably about
Stick
it.
to the
I never
face.
broke any. Yeah. Got to stick to the face.
A stick to the face. That's always
That's
fun.
the story.
Yeah, that's the
That's
story.
what
to
you're
it.
sticking to it, right?
That's the story.
Cover up story.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, there's your next conspiracy.
we will.
I don't know about the grooves in that. That doesn't look identical.
We'll definitely try to prove that one true.
Mine is
Stick to the face. A nice mushroom stamp. That's always good.
my worst injury is I separated both my AC joints at the same time when I got hit one time.
I had to
Like
get
in
one
my
of them
shoulders.
replaced in my car once.
Right? But so the worst part of that was having to sit out games, right?
I kept playing.
You kept playing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
insane.
It hurt, but
Right?
at first
It's
my arms
just
were
pain.
my arms were dead, so I had to crawl over the boards with just my
Drag
feet.
yourself off.
Just my feet. I was just like had these arms flailing. But I kept going. I waited maybe 15 minutes or so. Like
That
into the period, I
reminds me.
came back out.
That reminds me. I was a kid. We were playing at the Civic Center downtown in front of about 10,000 people in a scrimmage game before a Birmingham Bulls game, and I got in trouble with one of my teammates
Oh gosh.
shooting around to begin with. Okay, that's it. So my coach made me do push-ups on the ice
Oh,
right there in front of everybody. Y'all, I'm sure you do
Always,
ice push-ups.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is a nightmare. 10,000 people. I'm down there doing push-ups.
Yeah,
The whole crowd laughing.
We don't have quite that crowd at our practices.
Right? Yeah, but it was the most embarrassing thing ever. So this is another thing that embarrassed me. Remember, have any of you ever done this? You go, you're playing your season. You go away for Christmas break as a kid. You come back and you jump out on the ice, and you finally realize you left your skate guards on.
Actually,
What are skate guards?
Or you put
no.
clear tape on someone.
Yeah, no, that's no. When I was
Do y'all do
playing,
that to each other?
Oh yeah.
I was younger than these other guys, so they would always I played up, so they'd pick on me, and man, they used to. I mean, I got to the point where I had to check my skates
Every
every
time you
because
put
I mean,
on.
when we played those games, all the parents used to come, so there'd be a good number of people there, and I'd try to skate out there, whoop, feet right out from underneath.
And they're like, oh, Hornsby can't skate again.
Yeah, Hornsby falling out of the. Falling out of the
I don't know why this
before
kid's
warm-ups.
here.
That's yeah.
He should probably play something else.
For sure. Yeah, sorry, my camera's is messed up. I'm frozen here. I'm actually.
Hey, look at that. Frozen. like the
that's
game of
actually
hockey.
live. I'm trying this challenge. I'm just being really, really still.
I'm impressed.
I tried to fix it a couple times.
I'm gonna bet that's a conspiracy too.
Yeah, I think I have to update some stuff. So, yeah, not to kill the vibe of the whole conversation there, but
we were having fun, man. You
I'm
ruined it.
sorry.
Right?
No one loves me.
But I actually do have something related to sports that I was curious about.
So go ahead.
We did
Okay,
this-
so
we talked a little bit.
yeah,
about
we
this
talked a little
earlier.
bit about this before. I have this feeling that, or does anybody else?
Here's
have
a
this feeling?
conspiracy for you guys.
Yeah, this is all right. So, do you think that Major League Sports in any way is rigged? Whether it be
It's
from
not necessarily about who wins the game necessarily.
it's about who makes the most money and things like
Right.
that. Yeah.
Well, I know for a fact that there's on the dark web there's a site where there's rigging.
Just so you know, he spends a lot of time there.
I don't know any deets about it, but I
Selling
know
kids.
that exists. I also, like I said, notice similarities of things that happen in multiple sports.
Yeah, right now there's all these super teams.
Super teams, like certain
Patriots.
fights happen, stuff happens in the stands. Like it's almost like
It's
weird.
like just to get publicity.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's like
For the money.
yeah, like something crazy will happen, and then it'll happen again in another sport. Like when LeBron came back 3-1,
Exactly.
the Tigers came back. Or no, who won? The Cubs came back. Who won?
Well,
Who
see,
won?
to
Cardinals?
me,
You're talking about Tigers?
Tigers. Tigers came back.
Cardinals.
No,
Against the Tigers.
I don't know. I
but
just
see, to me, it's like that. If you look at the playoffs of any sport, whether it be hockey or basketball or anything, wouldn't it? And you get down to those final games, okay, and there's a possible 7 games or 4 games or 5 games. I mean, because of the amount of money that they're taking in,
They want it to go to 7.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't you think they go, hey guys, I know you guys are supposed to win the championship, but if y'all lose tonight, okay, we can slide y'all a couple million apiece
Yeah.
extra.
Well, you notice that
and make
LeBron-
this go a little longer.
because they said that about the Warriors. They lost
Right.
a lot of money going like sweeping
too
people.
quick.
Yeah.
Now, see how LeBron this time around, he's never been to 2 Game 7s in his playoff career, I don't think, or maybe once or twice. And then this time he has 2 in one playoffs against the Pacers.
Right. I mean,
What's
to
your view?
me-
What's your view on LeBron and the GOAT situation?
I think LeBron isn't the greatest yet, but I think before the end of his career will be.
I think he's the most
Let me tell you
physically
something.
talented.
And he is like the best flopper I think I've ever seen.
I don't care. I
I
think
don't
he's.
know. I think James Harden's a little better.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, James made
It's the game.
There's
You
the
can't.
trophy.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what the
Right.
game is today.
Right.
I would if it helps him, it helps him. It's not his
Well,
fault that
and
NBA's a
it's-
bunch
and-
of pussies.
And the argument
In a good
between
Christian
MJ, Kobe, LeBron, I think it's so different. You know, the game itself is different. Just like the game of hockey is different now than it used to be. Okay, there's no 2-line pass anymore.
No.
You know, to me that
Spreading the ice out.
I mean it spreads it out for better play or longer play. I would think is what it really boils down to.
I remember
even
when
in the
I
NH
used to play like NHL on my Xbox, and I'd always get called for a 2-line.
It's like, what's a
I'm like,
2-line? What is that? That's a dumb rule.
They don't call that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They don't call that in my little youth league game.
Right?
But yeah, it's.
It's
I
crazy,
think
but-
there's something up
But
there.
you know, every sport changes
made
the
you
rules.
what made you wonder that?
I don't know, like especially when it comes to like you know, have you ever heard of these like rings? Like these players get paid to hurt other players.
Oh yeah, like Bounty Gate.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's when I heard about like some examples of that.
Well, I've
and I was
never
like,
heard of like that per se, but I've heard of like a reward system. Like if you happen to do it,
Yeah, well,
targeting.
because
Yeah,
the
it's-
Saints got in trouble.
That's what I was telling.
I'm a
somebody
Saints fan.
earlier. Okay, well,
The Saints got in
It
trouble,
doesn't really matter, I promise.
but you know that they were the 27th most penalized team out of 32 teams that year. And then all the shit they used as evidence wasn't even a penalty in the game. So how can you get in trouble? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I get it.
I think there's more to the professional sports that is manipulated than we
Well,
might
I don't think it's
really
as big of a
believe.
deal as people say it is. Like it's just
Or
little
is it bigger
bonuses.
than that? And it's not just about the win loss, okay?
Yeah.
You know, because if they manipulated the win loss, you know that changes the booking odds and stuff like that.
Oh,
They-
you're going fixing?
yeah, but I'm just
I
saying.
think it's
don't- I
story.
think it's, well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a bigger
That's
picture
what I'm
than
saying.
that.
It's I think it's storied as well. Like
It's
If you
it's
look
like
at
we're playing.
the
A,
NHL
it's like
Knights
the
right
Truman
now.
Show.
it's like
brand
how
new
can we
team.
make this more suspenseful?
It's
right?
about ad
Yeah.
dollars.
This would be so
This,
much
hey,
cooler.
LeBron, it'd be really cool if you made like a half court buzzer beater to win the game tonight.
right.
Let's go ahead and start practicing.
right. And it's probably like that though. I mean, you know, you go, hey, you know, you need to drop like 10 threes tonight, and you know, and they go, okay, well, I'll just shoot more threes, and you wonder though if the other side's been told, hey, look, we really need LeBron to hit that buzzer beater.
Kind of like the
tonight.
2010
So-
Iron Bowl.
Right, yeah, right.
Oh, what?
Okay.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
They go, oh,
Where the SEC was like, hey, bro, hey, Saban, all right, you
what
proved your
happened this
point.
year.
We need a SEC national champion. So just kind of nip this in the
Well,
bud.
look what happens this
You
year.
mean Cam
okay?
Newton?
This,
Cam
right.
Newton's the truth, bro.
Yeah,
He
he's,
was. Don't get
But I'm saying that you got to admit it's like
I guess
it's a little-
2013 was all scripted too. The kick six.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying.
It seemed that way.
It seems like that's
I
like
picked
and
y'all
like
to
this
win.
year. Okay, you know he takes out Jalen Hurts. Okay, he throws in the kid from Hawaii. Okay,
Oh.
and all of a sudden he gets sacked right there for a 14-yard loss, and then all of a sudden he finds the open man in the end zone, and you're like, you couldn't script that.
Okay,
kind
all
of stuff.
bullshit aside, Saban is a mastermind. It's safe to say. How come he can't get a damn kicker that can kick?
Because he won't get
They say,
scholarships.
well, they say there's one this year coming. They say the
They
kid's
said
out.
that. They've been
bull
saying
crap.
that for
He's a
years.
transfer. He's a transfer, and you look at his stats, and he's just as
They're
trash
just
as the
really,
Yes.
really.
He's like, he was a whopping 62% from inside 50 yards.
I'll take
Right.
62%? That's terrible. That's like a free throw percentage.
Right.
What was their last guy?
I wouldn't trust you.
62%. Yeah, that means every 3 kicks.
No, it's
he's
because
missing
Saban doesn't
one.
give his kickers scholarships.
Is that because he doesn't believe he really needs them?
No, he's using them for.
He's using them for his other 5-star players that actually they're usually
Don't
3
give up a
stars. They're usually
scholarship.
3-star athletes, and then as soon as they sign with Alabama, they get the Bama bump, and it's up to 5 stars. for
Oh,
every
yeah?
single one.
Oh, yeah?
that's
Is that how it works?
Yeah, you'll notice it. Watch, they'll commit to Auburn, 3-star, and then I'm switching to Alabama, 5-star.
I don't know.
Oh, he checked out his film, and holy crap! this
Regardless
guy's
of their stars, it seems, and you can get butthurt about this all you want, Auburn fans. The productivity of those 3 stars seems to be a little bit higher.
Yeah,
when they're at
and
Alabama.
When
It
you
does.
take a look at the foreline, like the hairline of all the Alabama players, it ends up
Right.
being up here, and they look like an alien from all the steroids. that they take.
True.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, let's just think of Derrick Henry. He looked like an alien.
But he was
True.
also
No man comes out of college looking like that.
Well,
No way.
well,
Even the defensive backs at Alabama are
Right,
as
and you
big.
see some of these
Right.
professional
But
players.
in
and you
in
go,
his
okay,
defense-
it took him 10 years to look like that.
in his defense, he is like a gym junkie. So he might be a bad example. He's just a
Bo
specimen.
Scarborough.
Maybe. Because I heard
Right.
he's not a gym junkie. I know
Yeah.
Derrick Henry, though, he like lives at the gym. Did you see his stats in high school?
Yeah. He had like,
Jesus Christ. He had 16,000 yards rushing in high school.
Speaking of gym, so playing
4,000 yards a year.
It's
so-
insane.
right?
He had north of 16,000. I want to
Do
find
you
out.
guys do your gym time?
No.
I mean, are y'all expected to do like the same kind of regiment that like, even though it's club hockey, okay, you're not expected to like do any running or working out or anything.
we
I
did
mean,
it
obviously,
to
if you want to keep your
to a
spot,
certain
you're going to go
extent.
skate.
Yeah.
We did it for half the season.
I mean, yeah,
For half the season.
we had some morning workouts our first semester, and then we came back from spring break. We never really got them back started, but like that's something we're trying to start. And also like the skating you get in from practice, and we're going to start doing like off ice before practice. So like that's kind of our way to get conditioned.
Okay, I gave you fake news. He had 12,124 yards.
Man, only
Still.
12,000.
Yeah. He rushed for
Still-
his senior year, he rushed for 4,261 yards with 55 touchdowns.
Not
I
too
had-
shabby.
That's not bad.
Not too
I
shabby.
I could probably do
0
better.
touchdowns in my whole career. So
Zero.
That's what's up.
yeah,
What'd you play?
I played defense. So
See, that's why you want to be a
I
center
had an
now.
interception one time, and I thought I was the shit for a minute.
See, that's why you
You
want to be
were
a
for a
center
minute,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, and then I faded off back onto the bench.
Fade away.
I played linebacker, and I'm too small to play linebacker.
Yeah,
So
but
I was
that's the
playing
most-
all these.
What position did I play?
Yeah, but linebacker's the most
defensive
fun.
end, tackle.
That's sad. I'm telling you, dude.
I know,
I'm in a
right?
different bracket.
Right.
I was actually ran a 4.49. I was a receiver and a
Are you
DB.
serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I
In the good
wanted
old
to,
days.
I wanted to be a receiver because I have these big old hands, so I can catch really good. But as soon
You know
as
what
I
they say about guys with big hands, huh?
Dude, you do not have big,
Big
hands.
gloves.
Those things are small.
Right? Big
not.
I have
glove.
shaken your hand.
Okay.
Man, you have little
You got
spaghetti
pussy
fingers.
hands.
Little
Spaghetti?
tiny hands.
Yeah, little spaghetti fingers.
That's not even. What does that even mean?
Someone
You got little
touching
bitty
my
hands,
spaghetti.
man.
I don't have
Like
little hands.
female hands.
The little,
No, they
the
don't.
little T-Rex
fingers.
hands.
Female
Full
T-Rex
of it,
hands.
hands.
man. Full of it. But I was too slow, and as soon as I put pads on, I couldn't catch the ball anymore.
Word. I was.
Yeah, do you feel like you can move pretty good in the pads out there on the ice?
Oh yeah, it's a whole different game.
How,
I mean,
how so?
I mean,
just the
people
way
don't
they're
realize
made.
you wear a ton of pads, but half your pads are in your
It
pants.
fits better.
I have no idea.
Like
Any
you can move,
perspective.
football pads. You're like,
Yeah.
but hockey pads, you can do it.
Dude, I
every
had
day.
long snapper pads. I could literally touch my elbows together in my shoulder pads.
Right.
No, it's cool
Just
as hell.
to keep you limber and move.
Well, it was regular pads, and then the chest came in like this, and then went back out. So like I had all.
So your arms could
It was
move.
kind of cool. I was also a long snapper.
Like, I'm terrible at that. I've tried.
I could toss a pigskin a little bit.
You know, it's funny though. People who don't understand the sport, it's such a process to get dressed to play a game of hockey.
Oh wow, that's what I hate it the most.
Right?
For UAB, we show up
people
2
don't
hours
understand. It's
before.
not a
Yeah, we
right.
show up 2
okay,
hours
it's
before the
not a
game.
5
What do
to
you
10
have to do?
minute
Okay, let them walk us through.
Dude,
Let Hornsby
The
walk you
tape
through
and the
what's
whole
your
thing.
what's your you. Okay, you show up. You're in the locker room. You just walk
No,
in.
his is different from everybody else's
In what way? In what way?
because he's like, it depends if it's a home game or an away
Wha-
game.
But
so
how's
you
it
get in
different?
your mental flow while you're getting dressed.
he's
Only
talking to
hear this.
other. He's talking to the coaches.
No, I'm not
other-
talking about that.
No, I
Preparation.
actually want to hear this. I want to hear this.
No, he shows up like 5-6 minutes before we're supposed to be on the ice, completely and just dresses in. Everybody else shows up and starts dressing around.
Oh, so you
30,
show up pads
45
on.
minutes before
Show
the
up
game.
So we set up all these.
Oh, you're
all
straight
guys.
savage.
No, I don't like getting dressed until it's. If I
Yeah.
sit in my pads, I get cooled down.
Right.
I show
So
up in
I
the
wait
nude.
till like 4 minutes before we're on ice, and I run in there,
Yeah.
and I get dressed really quick.
That's science, bro.
yeah,
It is an art form.
People don't realize too. We're the ones that set up everything off the ice as well.
yeah.
So like once we get on the ice, everything
Right.
has to be ready for us to.
Yeah, normally I'm
play,
out there
can't
setting
worry
up
about that.
something. So, but yeah, getting dressed. You have a jock that you put on.
That's your first step.
That's your
Getting
first
dressed
step.
is different from me.
Then you put on your shin pads. So you got your, those big old shin pads. You put on your game socks.
Your socks go over your pads.
Socks
That's
go
what
over
people
your
don't
pads.
understand.
Then you put on what's called your breezers. Nobody
Okay?
calls them breezers.
It's little
anymore, though.
clips that hold them up.
No, we don't use.
Y'all don't use those
We
anymore?
don't use
I used to
suspenders
use
You know what I'm
anymore.
talking
I did
about,
too.
the
I
little
used to use
clips?
them
Yeah,
too.
my parents,
the
because my parents would
suspenders.
always
And they
give me
clip to
pants
the
too
bottom
big.
of your pants.
Yeah, I used to use them.
Yeah, my parents
But,
used to get pants
then
that
you-
too big, so they held them up so they would last longer.
Right?
Then they put on you put on your skates, and then you put on your chest protector, elbow pads, jersey, helmet.
In what order?
That order.
Gloves.
Because I
mouthpiece.
could imagine it's a pain in the ass to tie some skates with some.
That's
good
why you
stuff
do
on
it before you
Especially-
put anything other than
Yeah.
your
Okay,
shin
what's the
guards on.
difference? Because I heard from people that played, how comfortable are like good cleats? I mean, good skates
If you don't
compared
have
to
them
like
tightened,
Reynolds.
they're
Well,
great.
at
Well, no, I heard
first-
the rental ones are just you can't
no,
even
they're
skate in them.
But you don't ever
They don't
wanna
never
put those
sharpen
on.
those.
No.
That's
Well, I have no.
You'd
I've,
kill yourself.
I've only skated
Yeah.
once, and they were like rental skates,
Uh,
so I have no idea.
a good pair of skates when you first get them, it'll hurt because you got to break them in. But once you
Takes
break
about a
them in,
week.
it takes about a week, couple of weeks of skating.
By a week, give me hours, because a week
Like,
could be different from
Skating
someone.
every
I-
day for 2 to 3 hours.
Growing up, I'd always get skates, and then I'd do like a week-long hockey camp where I'm on the ice
Yeah.
for like hours.
Word.
And then so
Again.
basically, by the end of it, my feet, your feet are blistered up and everything. But at the end of the week, you start the season, skates are fine.
So do you like super sharp skates or kind of dull?
I like mine just
You know what I'm talking
on
about,
the
that
cusp
middle of the
super
road?
sharp.
Right.
Just
so
on
do
the
you like
cusp
when
of
you get
super
yours
sharp.
back after sharpening?
Yeah, I
Do you
sand
rub
them.
them
I
on
rub
on
them.
some wood?
Yeah, on,
Right.
Yeah, on something to get them a little
Just
bit.
to take the edge off just
exactly.
a little bit.
Otherwise, I'll catch an edge too often.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
s-
just my preference.
I'm surprised there you haven't seen more like finger amputations and shit.
Oh, they're out there.
They're around.
Slice.
They're out there.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've witnessed?
When I played up in
Saw
Decatur
this.
and
Decatur?
Decatur, yeah.
Oh, Decatur. I haven't been up there in Decatur in a while.
And we were playing a team over in, I think it was Nashville. I think we were playing Nashville in the playoffs. And this guy went down to block a shot, and some guy tried to like jump over him, and it sliced his wrist open, and it was
I hate that.
nasty looking.
Blood on the ice is something
yeah.
special.
And
you
then-
know what I'm saying?
no, that wasn't
because
a
it doesn't
playoff
go
game.
away.
They
And,
just, they just go
There's
there
no way to
straight.
wipe it up. Right.
Later in the season, he'd just come back from that injury, and he's about to get ready to play another game. And in practice the day before, one of our guys took a slap shot and hit him right in the nuts, and he wasn't wearing a cup, and he was out for the rest of the season.
Man, you think?
I know a guy I went to high school with that he got attacked. He had to have surgery because he got attacked by a dog and his nut switch like spun and like kinked up a hose or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't science very good.
Watch out for dogs.
But yeah, he ended up having
Yeah.
to get like one stapled back in place or some shit.
Dude, I don't know. I've seen something more graphic than that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm talking about a ball outside the scrotum.
Bull shiza.
Yeah.
This in a hockey
How?
game?
Please elaborate.
Dog.
Elaborate.
A dog bit, just like went to.
It's crazy how they just know that's where to go to.
Right.
The sack ball was out. What color?
You've witnessed this.
What color do you think the ball is?
Jumps.
Pinkish?
Gray?
Orange.
Who said who?
Gray?
You said gray. It's gray.
Gray. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gray.
That's
I
crazy.
have pretty balls, so
No blood to it.
Mine are
no
Wilson.
oxygen to
I don't
it.
think
mine are
mine
made
are
by
gray.
in China.
His rad-ons.
Yeah.
What?
And
Okay.
then I seen a guy's eyeball fall out. Like his.
The hell?
his
Where
fake-
are you hanging
Where-
out?
This, is,
Right?
this isn't hockey anymore.
Where have
are
you
you
been?
seeing
This
this?
I'm
was-
guessing this was not on the ice.
This
I want to
was-
know where
this
you've
was-
been.
Lord Jesus.
This
We're,
was, this was Kingwood football. He had a glass eye. He got hit.
Oh,
he was
get
alive.
outta here.
No,
I thought it was a
his
real
glass
eye for a
fell
second.
you
out.
and your
His glass eye
1A.
fell out, and it.
He had a glass eye, so you didn't see an eye pop out. You saw a
I
fake
saw
Glass
eye.
eye.
You saw
I
a
found-
marble.
still-
You saw a marble fall
It
out of his
still was
head.
an eye.
I have a landscape business. True story. I found one in the yard.
Boo. I put it on my
Lost
keychain.
his
No,
eye. Couldn't
actually,
see.
yeah, I took it back to him. He had one good one though.
Yeah.
I took it back.
Hey,
to him. I
you
said,
probably
"Did
been
somebody
looking for
lose
this."
And she literally says, "Gosh, we've been looking for that."
I saw this
I'll
guy.
give you the benefit of the doubt, considering the fact you only have one eye.
Right?
We had this guy on our football team that got hit on a kickoff return. He came on the bench, and his half of his ear was like sideways. His ear got cut completely in half.
Oh.
And they had to go back and sew it together. And he came back and played, actually.
All right. So the question everybody has to know, because it's very difficult to do in a lot of sports, like we officiate baseball games and that kind of thing. So
I bet you're real mean.
you ever take that
Me?
shot?
Yeah.
You ever,
Me?
hold on. You ever take that shot at a lineman?
What's a lineman? Is that official?
A referee?
Man, I couldn't hit him if I tried.
You
I
see-
can't say I haven't
but you
tried. I've
see-
never actually hit one.
Right, okay, I've seen times when I was a kid though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was intentional. You know, they get trapped up against the boards, and you see an opportunity to try
Well,
to
is
set
there-
it down ice.
Is there
Satan.
as much controversy really in hockey as compared to other sports? 'Cause I feel like it's cut
It's
and dry.
not like it is in most. No, it's not.
Is
There's
it not?
a lot of crazy little rules in hockey that a lot of people don't realize. But yeah, I don't. But in a weird way, though, I don't feel like people are usually on the referees in hockey. Like You know, like when in baseball, everybody's
They'll-
on 'em.
nowadays-
Are you?
nowadays
Do
they'll-
you stay on them?
I'm that guy.
Nowadays,
Right.
I'm that guy that chases them around. They're like, what the hell are you doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You just keep skating behind them when they're rolling around, or you take the puck and you flip.
You're
it, pick it
adopted.
up,
Your
flip it
parents
to
don't even
'em.
love you.
Right.
I remember there was this one guy, we were playing up in EKU, and this ref was talking trash to me, and Eves, it was actually Eves, he was talking trash to me, and Eves was like, buddy, you're making like minimum wage here. This is probably your full-time job and all this stuff.
Oh, really? See, that's the
So,
guy.
yeah,
I'm
that's the
shooting
kind
at,
of stuff
right?
that we say to him, like hitting them
Oh,
like
you're
right at
telling him
home.
that?
I'm over here like chirping him about something else, and our guy behind me,
So
my
you look at him.
right wing or defenseman's like, buddy, I make more than you an hour, and I'm like 30 years younger than you, or something
Dude,
like
you're
that.
making minimum wage skating
Yeah.
around sweating. Oh, that's
So,
great.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I'd say hockey is pretty intense when it comes to ridiculing the refs.
Being on them. See, that's crazy because it's obviously in a lot of sports then. You know,
Yeah.
'cause-
I would say the least is basketball.
oh,
if
I
you-
don't know.
No,
if
they're
you
the.
go
I was a
after refs, they'll
basketball
just tee
coach
you up.
too, and I was horrible. I got teed up.
No, that's actually the
Yeah, but
worst.
so you
when
get
you
a
get in the
penalty.
youth,
I do that
that's
all day
true.
and never get a penalty
that's,
for it.
That's true.
So,
That's
like-
true.
when
So can they not give you like a misconduct?
I mean,
or
they
something like
can,
that?
but
It's
they
usually
usually
unlikely.
warn you before. Like, you say one more word, I'm giving you a misconduct.
Right.
All right, I'm not going to say anything.
But they don't ever eject you for that.
I've been ejected
For
one
mouthing?
time. One time.
Oh, he needs to get his little heart off his sleeve,
Yeah.
right?
I don't remember what I
Yeah.
said, but
It's a tough sport. He knew
must
where
have
he
I
was.
must have gone a little too far with him or something, and he kicked me out.
you'll be like that until you officiate, and then you'll look at it in a different
You'll look
light.
back and go,
No, I'll
"Dang."
probably go and shirk the players. I'll be that guy. I'll be that ref.
right.
I'll never,
You're
I'll
looking
never
for
stop on
you.
this transition. I'll just swap it up.
He's looking for himself. When
What are
he's
you
a
looking
ref.
at, ugly?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So next time you get one, look at him and ask him when you're skating behind him, just kind of holler and say, "Hey, I guess you don't get to make decisions at home either."
Oh, shit.
Damn.
No, I
Hit him below the belt. Why
been
don't
told,
you?
I've been told that behind
That
the
was
plate.
dirty.
Really?
Yeah, I had a lady tell me that one night from behind the plate.
like
She was sitting
Feeney.
behind me.
we have a
Sounds
guy.
like
we have a guy in our team, and that's exactly what he would say.
Right.
he says
I'm
these
sorry.
things where the other people on the other teams are laughing at him.
Right.
Like, wow, that was good.
Yeah.
One of the last games I called, this woman was just me. I literally, I was like, look, just Google it and then apologize when you see what you read. I gotta call a game.
We called a game not too long ago together. We did something crazy. We wired
them off
ourselves.
so
We
bad.
wired ourselves up. So he was behind the plate, and I'm in the field calling a baseball game. And we had two-way radios and a camera in our pocket. So we did this conversation back and forth during the baseball game. Well, the visiting coaches, they were a little tripping out on it. Like,
They did not like that at all.
who are you talking to? It's like him. He's like,
Him? Okay.
You guys in the CIA or something? Or
Fast forward the first half inning. The coach comes back and goes, "My catcher says you're cussing."
right?
I'm like,
I'm going. I'm in the field going. What did that coach just say?
he said I'm cussing. Have I said a cuss word? So I wanted to be like, oh, I'm recording. I can prove to you I didn't, but I didn't say that. No, written read back. You know what I said? I don't know what's wrong
It
with
was
this
a shoe
generation of
timeout.
kids. They don't know how to tie a damn shoe. We got like 5 shoe tying breaks in one game. Well, I was like, another shoe tying break. And I was like, these kids don't know how to tie their damn shoes. That's all I said.
He went and told his coach that the
I'm over-
umpire's cussing.
He says he just keeps cussing back there. So I was behind the plate. So he told me
The
this.
lady
He's
coach.
cussing.
Yeah, they're
Tells
on
his
the
parents.
third base dugout, and I'm like halfway in between home plate and the on deck circle when he tells me this. So I walk back behind the plate, and I'm talking to him. He's behind first base, and I'm like, dude, they said they were cussing. You think I'm cussing? And as they're doing
haven't
this,
heard it.
their lady first base coach was walking by, and she goes, "Excuse me?" And I'm like, "I'm not talking to you." And she was like, "No," it's like, seriously, I didn't say a word to you, ma'am. And then she like, walked away and gave me. I was like, "Is there a problem, ma'am?" And she just didn't say anything. So I wanted to squash the bug. So when she was walking back to the dugout after inning, I was like, "Hey, this face." I was like, "Hey, I seriously wasn't talking to you." Like,
really
oh,
wasn't talking to you.
and then she was just like, "I was like, or not, whatever." That's one way of getting on your umpire's side.
I'll say.
So, do you coaches get riled up?
Nah,
Are they
no.
vocal?
Not, the
last
coach we had this past year. He just
think you've had a
accepted.
couple
He just
times,
accepted a job for West Virginia.
West
Pretty big gig.
Virginia.
West Virginia, their D1 ACHA team. So
Right.
he moved.
Well, I don't know
up,
what that
so-
means.
So like, there's club level. You have D3 ACHA, D2 ACHA, D1 ACHA, and then you have NCAA D3, NCAA D2,
Ah.
Right.
D1.
See, I just went straight to the NHL. So
Yeah, this is the college level.
He went
so-
from little league to the
yeah,
NHL.
that is, you go straight
how it
from like
goes.
the youth league
Yeah, you
straight
go
to
from
the
like
NHL.
12
how it
to
happened.
NHL.
Yeah.
It's just a
No.
quick jump.
I was equivalent to a bullpen catcher in hockey.
Right?
That is such a dream job. Make league minimum. Make
Yeah.
$200,000
No
just
big
be a
deal.
bullpen catcher.
But
It's like being a practice goalie.
he wasn't the kind of guy to really get.
Hey Blake, wait. We're about to close up.
He wasn't the kind of guy to get all riled up. But the guy we have coming in this year,
He's got a little fire.
He's got a little fire.
Then that kind of
and
make you
stuff.
excited, though.
Oh yeah.
Because
So-
I've always felt that way. As long as your coach is going to bat for you and he's raising hell for you, you're going to go out there and push harder.
Well, since you're a club team, is there like years of eligibility? Like, how's that
Yeah,
work?
there's still years of.
Or do you have to just be a student at UAB?
You have to be a student. You have 4
It's just like
4
any
years.
other-
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
like
like
college.
anything else.
So how many years? So you got 3.
I graduated.
You graduated.
And I'm about to be a senior.
So you ought
Okay.
to take one more class.
How y'all think you're gonna be next year?
We're
Actually,
gonna be really good, I think.
Y'all bring people in?
we're
Well,
talking about it
actually,
'cause
well-
since we're just a club still, I might either play or I might help the coaching staff.
Don't
We're still
forget
kind of
those.
deciding what to do.
Gotcha.
Right,
That'd be
right,
cool,
right.
though.
So do y'all like recruit? Like, how's
We-
this work?
Yeah, we do recruit. We actually just created a database of like 691 teams and all of their contact info. So we're gonna start reaching out to teams and things like that. And we
You seem to be pretty involved.
yeah.
You know all this stuff. How do you know all this? I thought the coaches and stuff don't tell you this kind of stuff.
No,
You're
this
inside
is
man?
this is a
See,
student run
that's-
organization.
that's-
Shut your
Organization.
So everything you see is done by us. Like,
Word. You
I'm-
run. Oh,
So are the coaches students typically too, or
No.
the coaches are actually brought in? From,
Yeah,
from
that'd be
outside?
one
Well,
hell of a
actually,
coach. Just saying.
lately, we've only had people from around Birmingham. It's like our first coach. He did that first game with us. He used to be a coach for UAH, and then we had our last coach. Was Coach Cagle. He was a level 5. Coach.
So are they
Coach up in
are they
Minnesota.
professors, coaches, or are they just strictly coaches?
just strictly
Strictly
coaches.
Strictly coaches. Okay, that's nice though.
How do they get paid?
Well, a lot
Our
of
day
it.
job.
Yeah, they usually have a day job, and a lot of it's like volunteer activity.
Gotcha.
But we also pay for their like travel
Right.
expenses and things like
Gotcha,
that. So there's
gotcha.
nothing out of pocket usually.
So what do you guys do to fundraise? I mean, obviously you guys get ticket sales, and you probably get
Ticket
some
sales,
portion of the
merchandise.
concession,
Dues.
merchandise sales? We have dues as well, and we also have sponsorships. We're sponsored with
Gotcha.
Coca-Cola and Powerade right now. A construction business and a
CRM Motors.
CRM Motors, as
Gotcha.
well as
I got a story about
couple, as well as a
CRM.
hospital. So.
So do you guys have a website that
He runs the. You run the Instagram, correct?
I did. I just passed it off to somebody else because I'm going to be handling
Who?
more. Another student at UAB.
Okay.
Not a player, but
just
one
somebody
of-
who's willing to do
somebody.
it?
Yeah, we've
Darn it.
outsourced a lot to like people that aren't necessarily on the team but want to help with like media.
See, that's
and
a
things
great
I'm
like
social
growing
media
pain.
challenged.
Right.
That's a
I
great
struggle.
growing pain, though, when you get into the point where you guys are so busy trying to get the organization to run and everything that you're having to start to outsource things. That's a good sign of
Delegating.
of it growing.
Yeah, usually I have a producer type guy here, and I'm not having to do the scenes and stuff.
So when does your season start?
September 7th and 8th.
It's coming, guys.
Yeah, we
Y'all
play,
gonna win it. Y'all gonna win. Y'all gonna take it to the ship.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
We're gonna
Seriously?
play,
Tennessee.
Like,
play Tennessee. September 7th and 8th.
Opener
They
at home,
good?
First game. Yeah, they're pretty good.
home
We-
opener.
home opener, and then we play teams. I think the games we play at home this season are Tennessee, UAH, Auburn, Mississippi State, MTSU, and Appalachian State.
Oh.
And all your games are at the Pelham Civic Complex. Is that right?
Word.
Nice.
And all of our like stuff is on Facebook. That's where we do most of our
So what if,
social
if they
media.
want to follow you guys on Facebook? What do they look up?
just UAB hockey.
UAB hockey.
And then on Instagram, it's UAB_hockey, and on Twitter, it's the same.
Oh.
So, and we have a really good ratio, or not ratio, but like following.
This guy, he's all
We have a
about
really
the
good
ratio.
We have a really good following
Deletes his
on
own Instagram
on
followers.
on Instagram. We have like 4,300 followers now. So
Word.
Really?
That's
like,
what's up.
That's really good for a UAB sport because that's like I think that's the third most on campus. right?
That's what's up.
Third most, and we've been around for 3
See,
years.
I tells you though, it's growing, and people are starting to really enjoy the
Yeah,
popularity.
we're
of
thinking
it.
about making a shirt that says UAB hockey on the front and the back says yes, we have a team.
Nice. I like that.
So-
$20 is $20.
I know. I got to get those shirts made. I like I said, I'm social media challenged. So if anyone wants to run mine, feel free to ask.
Right, we have no problem taking
Yeah, as long as you
taking
don't,
the opportunities.
be a dick and start posting like titty pics and stuff,
Dick pics.
or at least just send me pictures of them. I don't know.
like dick
It is what it is. But yeah, y'all
So,
definitely.
one other quick
Or you can
question.
come out, bud.
One other quick question for people who want to
Before we
come watch you
close.
guys play. What do tickets run?
Students are free,
Nice.
and then
All UAB
student
students.
faculty is free, and then general admission is $5.
You cannot beat that.
Can't beat that with a stick.
Really, you just can't.
Really,
beat that.
really, really cheap beers. Will.
Yeah, and if
Well,
you
I
want to
was
make
going to ask you
Yes.
because
Yeah,
they
alcohol
actually
and
They
have a
lower the
full bar
prices from the Bulls
concession.
games
Right?
for our games to like $3 a beer,
Really?
$2 a beer, something like that. So
Ah,
it's definitely a fun
I'm a
place.
sucker for a deal,
College
man.
rate.
There you
That's what
go.
they call it, college rate.
See,
Well,
that's-
and if
that's
you want
a
to make an
great
extra
deal.
$20, hit up Blake Hand, aka the Worm, aka King Millennial. He will
right.
pay you. All you gotta do is wear a jersey and just pretend to know who he is.
Absolutely not.
Pretend to know
You
you
gotta
are.
buy my jersey.
Blake Hand, I sucked your dick once. Woo!
Jesus.
In a good Christian way. Calm
In a
down.
good Christian way.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. He meant it.
I just
I'm a role
realized how
model in
screwed up
kid's
that
life.
was.
Yeah.
I'm a role model.
That,
He looks up to me.
Blake is a menace to sobriety, is what he is.
He lost that.
that is
He
what it
lost
is.
that.
Okay, one more thing, real quick. I want y'all, because I've been, like I said, I've been trying to refrain from fear mongering. But like, what do y'all think's up with all this seismic activity?
Oh yeah.
You
were talking to us earlier about this today.
You got the,
Two volcanoes just killing folks.
yeah, I know.
left and
I
right.
feel like it's all over the place. Like just
but really the only one we need to worry about is in our own country. That's like a world-ending one.
That's a great way to be.
What?
Who cares about everybody else? America.
No, seriously. I think that's honestly what we need to do. Like, why are
Well, you
we?
have
well,
to
it's
at
kind of
some
what
point.
like
Yeah.
it's become America first more so.
Well, it
now.
needs
Right.
to be.
Yeah. Like you got to be on the good end of trade deals, things like that.
There's a reason. It's not just because of our government or our entertainment.
No, you
or
gotta want that. For
we
your
are
own
literally
personal well-being.
everywhere in the world, for free. Well, not for free for us, but free for other countries. We're the world's police. Some
We
countries
take care
have
of
been.
a lot of folks.
We spend north of $600 billion a year on military spending.
Right.
There's other countries that don't even really need the military because of our presence there.
Right.
So, can you imagine what SpaceX could do if they had 1 year of military spending?
Oh, I know.
Think about it. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous. I agree.
That's the only thing slowing their progress is they haven't
Money.
to have all these launches in order to fund other things. But if they had an unlimited budget, imagine that. If Elon Musk, the real Iron Man.
The guy sends a Tesla into outer space. Okay, I want that kind of spare change.
No, it's just like the thought. Like he has the same thoughts I have. He's not a dumbass.
And he's got a shit ton of money.
Yeah, like he's sitting in traffic
yeah,
and he's
and
like,
that.
I hate
yeah.
traffic.
That helps.
I'm gonna start a boring company and bore tunnels for underground traffic. But yeah, we can go on forever. But yeah, y'all help spread this podcast.
Gotcha.
That's
Of
y'all's
course,
new
for sure,
goal.
of course.
Of course.
Instead of paying people to wear your jerseys, pay people to
Watch
go
the show.
sub
You
and
want a
shit.
sponsorship?
Yeah, man, that sounds great.
There you go.
Anyway, also you guys go check out the UAB hockey team. When's it start again?
September 7th and 8th.
September 7th and 8th. You're playing Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yep.
That's gonna be a big. I'll volunteer
That's a
to
big
come
start.
there. I will.
Yeah, we might let you in free. We'll see what happens.
Oh shit! Yeah, I got coops, baby. I got coops. I got coops. I'll be wearing my new Almost Legal podcast shirts.
Ooh, snap.
Be sure to contact us to order your own, or do any of the what am I looking for? The pictures and stuff. What are those called? Take a picture of the billboard.
Oh, the selfies.
What's it called?
Oh, our contest.
Contest. Yeah, if you win the contest, not only will you
Welcome
get
back, Josh.
free. Sorry. Not only will you get free concert tickets if you're choosing, be reasonable. Don't be a dick. You also get a shirt, some stickers, and a Charms Blow Pop and a steak dinner.
Right.
I live right by it, so I'm going to be.
Yeah, man.
He's like,
I've yet to
I'm
see
putting
it.
my
We're
2
going
cents
for
in,
that.
right?
We're going for that one.
Also, if you like what you heard, please go rate and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, any other podcast app. You can also be sure to sub and hit that little bell icon in the YouTube channel. That way you'll be notified when we go live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And hey, guys, I appreciate y'all coming on. And also, if you have any requests or you want to be on the show, just email me at almostlegopodcast@gmail.com.
Oh,
I'll talk about anything.
Anything.
We've talked about ball wipes, fanny packs. What else we talked about?
Balls out of the sack.
We've done,
We talked about it all.
We've talked about that even
Loss
tonight,
of
right?
eyeballs.
Right?
eyeballs, yeah.
Literally everything and anything. We've talked about people in prison asking for help to get out. We've talked about the paranormal. We've talked about
Hell, I talk about anything.
just about anything.
I'll debate anybody. If you want to come debate me.
Cletus may be on soon.
Oh, Cletus, man. I miss old Cletus, man. Him and Leroy been chilling. But on the weight loss challenge, real quick, started at 238. I'm at 216. 216 right now. That means I got 21 pounds until August 15th.
Not good at the math either.
I don't math good.
That's not his
No
thing.
science either.
Is that 21?
Right? No
right?
math, no science.
I got to get to 193 by August 15th.
Why 193?
Don't know. That's what it was. 193 by August 15th, or I have to do a
Yes.
whole episode in full makeup and go to
dress.
Lakeview in
And
a
has to go to
dress.
Lakeview in a dress.
I like the sound. That,
Right.
He gets
I would be.
He gets to pick the dress.
I'm gonna start feeding you. Hey man, you want
You're
something
right.
to eat?
Say,
Man? I'm gonna be there that night.
I got
have
some
a-
cheeseburgers.
have a pizza delivered
Just
to the
got
door.
you some Taco Bell, man.
I know. I saw it at Taco Bell. I was like, I want it so bad. I'm so sick of fish and chicken and quinoa and
Quinoa.
cauliflower rice. Good night. I would
Nice.
suck a dick for a cheeseburger right now. I swear to God. All right. But hey, guys, thanks for being on the show.
Heck yeah, appreciate it.
As always, I'll see y'all next week.
We're out.
Peace.